Sac&Jack YouTube edition, late
Jack's
on a
got a
Tuesday.
hard one for 4. Wait,
We have a hard out of 4. It's 3:35
hard
Pacific.
out. My bad.
I had big plans for this one. I put in some work, not really, but I had like ideas. Rob said he'd be done at 3:30. I was planning on him not being done at 3:30, so we could record like maybe later at 5:30. Credit to Rob, he's ready. I have a hard out in about 20 minutes.
Hard out. I couldn't. I got mixed up. I'm sorry.
So I was gonna do midterm grades. I guess it's not midterm, it's end of semester grades for each of the players.
Do you remember that pressure of finals? That was awful.
You know what? Anyway, we're not going to do that right now because I don't have enough time. We're going to do that on our regular feed Thursday with Slim this week. Neither here nor there. But back to your point, Rob. People used to trip about finals. I never tripped about finals. You had that whole dead week to prepare for it. And as long as you really put in, if you just like what sucked was when you had to do like the major huge papers. Those sucked.
Okay,
Those were your finals.
Those did with research. Like you had to research some shit, put some journal scholar shit, whatever in it. That was
nobody likes research.
But were you? Tell me this, Jack. Were you that guy that it was just easy get grades?
I don't know if it was easy. I was definitely that guy that didn't try hard enough.
But you ended up getting B's, A's here and there.
High C's. I got 2 D's in college. 2 D's. One was, have I told this story? One was in Florence, my summer in Florence, and I got a D in ethics. It's a true story. Is your mic plugged in, Rob?
There.
No, now we're good.
Christian says I'm better.
Oh, you sound much better there.
Okay, that was my cat. My pussies got back on my lap, and I didn't know what to do.
That's neither here nor there. Wow. Wire-to-wire victory against Alabama. Report card next episode. For now, Alabama reacts. Robert Sacre.
No, that was. Could you say that's our best win this season?
Oh yeah.
The way they fought and held them off, and they just played well-rounded. Timmy, phenomenal. I can't really say Anton, phenomenal.
Yeah, Nolan Hickman asserted himself as the point guard.
Right. No, it was all around great team effort. I thought it was our best game for the season. And we set the bar high now.
If you had to rank that game in the hierarchy of statement, coming out, signature win, like where in the different verbs of how significant that specific win was to the season, what was that descriptive adjective was?
That's a great question. I think, honestly, it was timing of the season, going into conference, big time. You have your ranked top 5 team. Alabama, they're ranked as high as 4. Their Miller, holy shit, came out and was going like video game status in the second half, but we were able to not get too low off of his come up, and it was just a great team effort all the way around, I have to say.
Not get too low off of his come up. That was brilliantly put. Yeah, if you had told me, Rob, that Bama scored 90 points on us, I would say, oh, so we lost by 30, because our offense has been non-existent this fall into winter. But we dropped a hundo on them. We took their haymakers and punched right back. It was fun. It was fun to be a part of. And I feel like, it got a little hairy maybe in the second half, but in no part of the game did I feel like we were the inferior team. It felt like we were the better team wire to wire, which it's been a while since I felt that way.
No, because like you said, it got a little hairy in the second, but that was awesome to show the maturity that we had. We went through Timmy. He had a phenomenal game. And I think it just showed maturity that we were lacking earlier which, like you said, it's only halfway through the season. It's only what, 2 months that we've played, but just the maturity from the first game to now, I think
So Rob,
if we
I'm
had played
you,
them then, they would have come back.
I'm hearing you describe this as a coming of age game for the young Gonzaga.
Yeah, and also
like a Richard Linklater
if
game.
you look at the going into conference, that's great confidence for us, and it shows the rest of these guys in the WCC don't fuck with us straight up.
You said it. Wait, we're not allowed to swear on Gonzaga Nation.
I know. I love. That's why I like making Chris put like a
He's
bird
got,
or something.
He's got cat butthole in the thumbnail on this episode, and he's already dropping F-bombs. That's why my work week's fun.
This is it's a late night special, guys.
Exactly.
So yeah, last meaningful non-conference game heading into conference play. You would think the win would solidify a 3 or 4 seed resume, assuming we can hold serve through WCC, maybe dropping 1 or 2. You know, you wrap up the season with 4 or 5 losses. That's a 3 or 4 seed, in my opinion, with significant wins. We mentioned this all summer long heading into the season, Rob. Few's going to play 8 guys.
He always has.
And a guy that might kind of find his way on the outside looking in, Julian Strother?
No.
A couple of times this year, Julian Strother during crunch time has not been playing meaningful minutes.
Yeah.
Malachi,
I can't argue with you.
He started, obviously Julian started every game. Malachi had 24 minutes to Julian's 18. Malachi had 12 points to Julian's 11 points.
This is a NARP. You see this, Christian? This is a NARP trying to stir up shit.
This NARP is a non-athletic regular person. But you can't, I'm just reading numbers. If that makes me a NARP, then fine. And I'm looking at crunch time with Julian Strother on the bench in some big time games recently.
Yeah,
no, obviously Julian Strother is he's not gonna be out of the 8 rotation guys. But when it comes to closing time,
well, I think we're looking for I definitely think we're looking for defensive stoppers at that point. You see Hunter playing later in the games, getting those big stops, especially against what's the team I'm thinking where he got those 3 charges in the second half. Come on, help me, Jack.
3 charges in the second
half. Yes,
Hunter.
No.
Was it Baylor?
No, it was a win, but they almost beat us in the kennel. Come on, Jack. Northern Illinois? No.
Oh, dude, you're talking. I don't watch.
I know.
I don't watch the directional school games whistle to whistle.
You're so bougie. Christian, you hear this guy?
I am so bougie. Yeah. Also, like stadium sports, watching the games that are on Swix, they cut out for me all the time. But anyway, no, I love Julian's.
That's I think where coaches, because we can always score.
Can we?
I know, I know, but
I don't know if we always can. We just dropped 100. That was great.
Exactly.
This season we can't. This season remains to be seen if we can always score. But
you're right. But we have someone that can get us a bucket with.
Well, also, regardless of the consistency of if you can score, you at least now know that you are capable in some permutation of scoring 100 against a top 5 team in the country.
Correct.
So you do.
How about you drop in permutation there?
Yeah, SAT word of the day.
Permutation.
Feels like
is that 5 syllables? Permutation.
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 Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Christian, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs.
You now know where like the highs and the lows are this season, and regardless of how many times you hit that high or that low, you can know going into the later, bigger games and or the tournament. Hey, this is what we have a version of our roster and our lineup that is capable of that. So you just got to figure out now how to get as close to that consistently. Yes, I get that, but you now at least know we're capable of it.
Yeah, and I think Bama beating us in Seattle really helps this team prepare for the game down in Birmingham this year. That was an embarrassing loss. The guys in Seattle couldn't have felt good on that plane ride home to Spokane last year, and I think they brought a lot of that intensity down to Birmingham. And I think they knew, hey, this team's going to pull up and hit threes, and we just need to let it roll right off our back. and keep firing on the other end, which is exactly what they did, which is great. Huge win to wrap up the non-conference season. Now it's sleepy season, Christian.
Maybe.
WCC. I mean, I watched Dick Al's WC State of the WCC addresses. He's high on him this year. He's always high on him. I don't know. It remains to be seen. We'll see.
I'm cool.
Cool. What else you got? I mean, we'll save, like I said, we'll save report cards for our.
Let me ask you this then. To close this out in the spirit of the holiday season, if you guys could get something for Gonzaga basketball this Christmas, what would you get Gonzaga basketball? In terms of like, you get them a player, you get them the ability to shoot threes, you get them more athleticism, you get them more height. Like, what would be the one thing that you would be on your wish list for this team to acquire?
Depth, which I feel like we have, but we can go down this train I don't think we go deep into our bench enough, to the point where I don't think we develop our guys for the upcoming seasons. Now, granted, we've talked about this on the show many times. We're a victim of our own success, where we've gotten guys who are now becoming one and done. But I think if we can go deeper into our bench, especially in the WCC, that would really help for the program in a longevity standpoint.
Mine is gumption.
Talk to me.
I would give the guys gumption.
Gumption.
They need attitude. They need an FU attitude. Like I said, Gonzaga has had a rich history of guys who handle the ball that say F you. Credit to me, Christian, for not saying fuck you. I saw a little bit of swagger with Nolan Hickman against Alabama. That's great. We saw too much of it against Texas when he got the technical after hitting his second three in the first 2 minutes. Like, that was a little too much swagger. Timmy's gonna have it. That's fine, but we need like perimeter guys to share that attitude. And I think this is a confidence building, gumption filling game. I'm pumped. I'm very excited. What would you give Gonzaga, Christian?
Yeah, Christian.
I'd give them one more big game. If I could give them one more thing for Christmas, I'd want one more signature non-conference chance to prove some, like you guys are asking for, that consistency, that, hey, do it again. Because I think that they, like you said, that this is going to be a confidence builder, but I worry with break and a couple days off that it doesn't build momentum the way that you would want one of these two. And that fire, that FU attitude might be lost a little bit. So I would wish for one more big game, and or just for that swagger and gumption, as you say, just to make sure it carries through the holiday break.
Yeah, maybe a time machine. I would like that Baylor game back. So maybe one last shot at that last possession in South Dakota taking on Baylor, because that was an embarrassment. I don't know. That was 3 weeks ago? I mean, I think there's a good chance. I think the team's grown up in that 3 weeks. That sounds crazy, but I think so. The buttholes got a little tight that last possession up at the Pentagon. So yeah, a time machine and gumption. Are you guys done with your holiday shopping?
Bob, I'll start with you. I haven't even started.
Bro, you got 3.5 kids.
I got one more than half. We're over the halfway point here, buddy. We're in third trimester. It's real now.
You got 3.66 kids.
Yeah, pretty much. We're at that point now. It's yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
Are you done shopping for the kids?
No, I only got one kid something. The other two, I don't know yet.
Can you just go to Target for 2 hours and knock out all of it?
Oh, or a mall. I just go to like Northtown, which I think the last time I was in Northtown was
shopping last year.
Yeah, at this point. So, yeah, I don't, dude. Here's my thing, and correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm trying to teach it. It's not about toys, as crazy as it sounds. I know I'm that dictator.
It's a little
dad.
bit about toys.
Yeah, I know. I'm that dad, but like, so each kid gets one toy. And then I get them a big present of books every year. for all the
You
kids.
give your kids books?
I'm that dad.
Rob, you always surprise me in a good way. You give your kids books? What kind of books?
Kids books. I'll just sit in Barnes and Nobles for like an hour and just pick up cartoon books and like kids books, and I'll just like, and it's like they know for a fact they're gonna get that. It's in every year they're getting at Christmas. It's like 6 or 7 picture books.
Wow, good for you. I was gonna say you don't employ your mom to help you shop for the kids.
No, my mom's not. I love my mom. She's not hip to the game of what's cool out there for kids. I'm
Well,
barely
you're buying
hip.
books, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm
if
buying
you are.
books, right? She's still not hip to the game, you know. Grandmas are good for underwear and socks and some chocolate bars and that. You know, that's what grandmas are good for.
Christian, are you? By the way, I could use some socks. Are you
See?
squared away for shopping for your
He's
significant
already-
other?
Dude, he's got it in November.
Girlfriend or
Shit.
fiance?
No, wife, a wife of over a year.
Oh wow,
Yes.
I'm an asshole.
No, I'm deep into it, man.
Can you say asshole on Gonzaga Nation SI?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, cool.
Nobody actually listens. In terms of our upper management or advertising superstructure within the company. Yeah, no, I am definitely not the do it in November type. But yeah, the paying for the 2-day shipping, like extra get it quick thing, is enough of a deterrent for me to get it done like December 10th, December 14th, somewhere in that range. Like I like to make sure I'm not getting hit with that extra, like fork it over the $20 to rush ship it type stuff. So,
Yeah, and then you're even when you do it, because there's nothing worse than paying the rush, and then it's like
not on time.
and then it's the morning of the 24th, and it's still not there, and you're like, oh my god, I paid that $20 for nothing.
Well, no, I'll tell you that there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than checking out on Amazon and realizing that you accidentally left yourself logged into the Amazon you share with your wife, and you just nuked your own gift because she gets the email receipts.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. If that's your biggest problem, you're doing okay in life, I think.
Fair enough. No, yeah. There are no kids yet, so it's simple shopping. But I'll back Rob up on this because my wife is an elementary school teacher, and so getting to shop for 2nd and 3rd grader children's literature, yeah, it's good. There's some fun stuff out there. To spend an hour in Barnes and Noble is a great way to spend an hour shopping. Hell yeah, 100% endorse.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
See?
All right. Yeah, no, I'm the same. I'm somewhere between Rob and Christian. I've got a few things done, but I definitely need to spend an hour or so in a mall.
Where are you on where in life are you on self gifting? Like, do you get yourself something for Christmas?
Hell yeah.
Every day I wake up, Christian. Every day I wake up.
Or are you just adult money and you just don't care about like that, like singular big gift to yourself at the end of the year?
I went a little crazy Black Friday, Cyber Monday buying myself stuff. So I'm good in terms of self-gifting. Plus, I'm going to Maui on January 6th. I'm storming Maui on January 6th.
This guy is a traveling machine.
Yeah.
Chris Stapleton over here, the traveler.
Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton. All right, boys.
Hard out. Hard on or hard out?
Rock hard out. I appreciate you sprinting on again for our semester grades on all the players. Hit us up on where you find our podcast, Sac&Jack. As always, thank you to Rob, and big thank you for Christian for going back and bleeping out all of our fucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate you, Christian. Love you guys.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.